Hi, I'm Reese.
Hey, I'm Clay.
I'm Alicia.
I'm Stuart, Ware Bully, and you're watching the AU Review.
Has there been some highlights in terms of bands that you've gotten to tour with this year or play shows with?
Yeah, I mean, we could go through a lot of them. I think the freshest one is we just did about 8 or 9 shows with Fiddler in Europe, and that was, I mean, it's really great to watch that band play every night, and they're great dudes. We had an awesome time hanging out.
They're dangerous.
They're dangerous.
Yeah, those were awesome shows.
Yeah, that's, I don't know.
Yeah, that was really fun.
Oh yeah, Best Coast. We just did a month with them in the summer, and we love all those people. Great.
New
Super
record is
nice.
killer too, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Let's talk about your record. We are quite a bit into the process now, so we won't go into detail of it. But I guess when you're kind of looking back on recording, recording feels like, how do you? I'm trying to avoid saying "feel like" again, but how do you feel like it went in terms of kind of where you are now? Like, would you approach it differently? Are you going to? Would you do it again the same way next time? Because you must now have a lot of kind of look back on that, and you must be looking forward to getting back into the studio.
Yeah, absolutely, for sure. And just to having time and space to write more stuff. I wouldn't. I think it was a pretty good representation of what we're doing on the road. And when I listen back, I mean, there's weird like mixing things that I would change, but I think when I look back at the record as a whole, I wouldn't have done it differently.
It seems like because of being in a band, like the nature of it, you get around other studios and stuff too, and there's always that kind of like, wow, this studio's really cool, it'd be fun to record here. But then you think about it for a little bit, and like it's like electrical is just so awesome.
Just really quick before you guys see, I would say that like, you know, before we were on a label and when we're kind of having to like record other stuff or if I'm like mixing stuff in my bedroom, I mean, the experience we had at Electrical Audio went really smoothly for the most part compared to how stressful it can be to make a record.
It still maintain that sort of DIY feel though.
Yeah. So, yeah, I've been in so much more stressful situations that when I look back at that, I was like, there was definitely the ups and downs, but all in all, it was a pretty good experience.
I feel like every time I've made a record with any band, I learn a lot. And this time was like no exception, and I'm excited to try again with some new stuff. Like it's always a different experience. So
You mentioned you don't have any time to rehearse, so I don't imagine you have much time to write on the road.
No, I mean, I try and get some stuff done, and then we'll maybe do it in sound check or work on it then, but you can only really progress that much with like a couple takes and a sound check, so.
It gives you a few bits and pieces to
Yeah.
play around with later on, though.
To think about in the van.
You are in Australia, and are there any Australian bands that you guys are fans of?
Oh, yeah. I like Courtney Barnett, Fraser A. Gorman, DZ Death Rays. They're awesome.
Were they fun to play with the other night?
Yeah.
yeah, that band's really cool.
They've also toured extensively with Fiddler.
Oh really?
Oh. Yeah, no,
Fun
We
little
did not know
connection
that.
there.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I think they toured around Europe with them.
Yeah. Pretty much all the bands that we listen to from Johan's label IOU end up being really awesome.
My favorite band ever is from Melbourne. They're called the Lucksmiths. They're not a band anymore.
But great band. How'd you discover them?
Honestly, KEXP when I was in high school. The guy we had a session come out the other day, and the guy we did the session with played them, and I remember the song and where I was when I heard it because I liked it that much.
What was the song?
It was the first song on Warmer Corners. Start is the hardest part, or whatever the title of that song is.
Awesome. Well, we hope you enjoy the rest of your time here in Australia. It doesn't look like you guys are stopping. I mean, this is a brief jaunt over here, but then you're just kicking straight back on.
Yeah.
Do you get any time off coming up?
A little bit. I mean, Yeah, a couple of weeks for the holidays, but then we're just back on the road again. So we're hoping to have some of February and March off so that I can write some stuff. But we'll see.
I guess it's the dream though, isn't it? Like you're a working touring band. That's what you guys always wanted, wasn't it?
You know, people always say that, but like currently being in Australia and like staying where we are, it really does feel like it right now. In complete honesty.
Australia's awesome.
Yeah.
This is what you dreamed of.
Yeah.